In this video, we're going to continue to improve our exterior in our rendering. And also we're going to continue to talk about animation and how we can animate basically anything in Blender. And so also, as I explained other times, try to avoid keeping things that will make things even heavier, because animation is something really heavy to do, especially if you have a laptop, you have a strong computer. So you want to keep that as optimized. You want to keep the scene optimized as best as you can. So one thing you could do again is try to create mirrors instead of glasses that won't let the sign go inside the building. So you don't care about like furnishing the building. Well, same goes for the cars. Sometimes the cars, they have a lot of details, and if you go down, you can see all the interiors, but you don't need a lot of things, so you can hide them and make the scene way lighter. And that's something that you should consider again when doing animation. So basically here I changed this material from glass to something more like a mirror by increasing the metallic effect, and also you can increase a little bit the roughness and make sure the alpha is up, and also the transmission is not like at 1. But anyway, try if you want, you can also try with the glass and see if it's too heavy or not. Then we're gonna also create a little bit of water here. You can see I've added a plane and put there to simulate water. Of course, this is also not transparent. It's reflective because there is no base for that. It's not like the swimming pool. In the swimming pool, I put again a plane simulating the water, but since I have the base of the swimming pool, I can put this in a transparent fashion. And then I imported other models to do animation. And let's recap the previous lesson real quickly. So we started with product design, product visualization, and rendering in a studio with various effects. And all the effects that we explained can be applied, of course, in other situations. Also, if you want to create a similar scene like this, you can check the workshop and the architecture video courses in Blender that you will find in the channel. Then we moved into the interiors and we saw some of the effects like displacement, etc., which can be reused for many situations. We saw volumetric light effects, and then we went outside. We worked with the cameras, adjusting depth of field, and also how to create multiple cameras and manage multiple cameras, multiple lights. And so in this video, also going to show you how you can create the motion blur effect, which is an effect that comes from the camera, from the shutter speed of the camera, but in this case, it's part of the render settings. So we're gonna see this. And also in the previous lesson, I render a few frames, and that's a way, as I said, to automatically save and store frames. So here there is a passage between frame 2 and 3 which changes the light, and this is thanks to animation. So by setting this and setting the animation with few frames, we can basically save a couple of renderings. So we can leave the computer working, we can like go outside and just not taking care of that. While in the other case, if you render a single image, you need to wait for that image to be completed and then save it. So that's an advantage in using rendering animation and using frames. Also, I mentioned the necessity of doing some post-production. So in the rendering here, I've used the Krea AI enhancer in krea.ai.com. And also you'll find other video guides in the channel explaining how to use this tool. But basically, we just fed the image, the original image, and this will help us to create additional details and more realistic materials and etc. So it's a good tool to quickly post-production your render. And this was our last exterior rendering, so you would see that I added some trees and some rocks and some grass, and just try to populate a little bit the exterior, well, also the interior, if you want that to look more alive, more interesting, more realistic in a way. So these are just bland renders, and then with post-production we can enhance the results, and we can put some more information. You can see here, this is the original, and this is the with the AI, and you can see the face here it has way more details than this. But again, sometimes it's not enough. You need to go manually and fix the scene, do a lot of post-production with graphic design applications. So I'm going to show you where I got some of the assets that I've used in this scene. I looked for pine tree, and I got this one right here. And be careful, because some models are really heavy again, and if you put like 10 of these trees in your scene, you probably get everything stuck. Check the numbers of triangles, see if the file is too heavy, because that's going to, make things harder and harder. And this is why sometimes it's better to do photo montages and add trees, like with the graphic design, like with the PNG and the alpha channel, again in Photoshop or GIMP or other graphic design application. Then I got, well, you can look for people, and that's the same. So people in 3D are pretty heavy because they need to contain a lot of polygons and a lot of details. So you can perhaps replace that with the PNG and with photo montage, or with the AI generative images. Now, in my case, I was searching for a model that wasn't too heavy. I found this one right here, and this is the number of triangles here. So as usual, you go to the download, and I use GLB and 1K texture, because again, if the subject is not close to the camera, we don't need to put higher resolution texture, because they will be heavier. And again, for an animation, maybe they're too much. And then I got a model of a car, sports car, which is also in orange, because it reminds of Blender. Again, look at the triangles, be careful, get the information here. And also I went for GLB 1K textures for this. And there are also other models in Sketchfab that you can find that are already animated. And well, try not to use those, because they already have an animation that could interfere with yours. So if you go here, you can check like downloadable and animated. Like for example, this one here has an animation already. So when you will bring this model in your scene, it will be already animated like this. So if you want like a moving car, you also have that animation of opening the doors, and probably you don't want that, so you need to delete it, etc., etc. In Sketchfab, you can also find entire architectures that you can use if you don't have yours, or if you want to use something a little bit more developed. And you can see here, this author used a flat 2D PNG silhouette instead of using a 3D character, probably because he wanted to keep everything lighter. Of course, the lighter it is, the less realistic and the less beautiful. Now, if you want to go and create animations, and especially for exteriors, but also rendering, I suggest you have a look to Twinmotion. You can check the video course in English in our channel, Twinmotion. It's for creating really beautiful scene for exterior. So it contains people, cars, trees, everything that is needed, but in a really light fashion, not heavy, optimized. It's like the logic of video games, basically. Is in fact it comes from a real engine, which is another option that you can see in our channel. And also I suggest similar application like Escape, but this can be used for SketchUp. And then another one would be look for the video course again. And another one would be Lumion, which is way more, well, it contains a lot of assets, way more professional, but also more expensive. Now let's go back in, and well, this is the tree that I've imported. So as usual, you go to File, Import, GLB, GLTF, and